Friday, December 12th, 1817. Miss Kate Darby of Shackleford Park scowled, and yet the recipient of her dark looks was not in the least intimidated. She snorted in vexation, very quietly, of course. Just a whisper of warm breath drifted into the afternoon chill. She tried to exude strength, calm, and dominance in this staring contest. To look away would be perceived as weakness, at her peril.
"Nothing to worry about, my friend," she said, her words barely audible. "I will be out of your way, momentarily."
The beneficiary of this bravado was a big fellow with a broad forehead, prominent eyes, and curly black hair. He wore a look of irritation that was growing more passionate with each passing moment. The threat that his mood would escalate into fury, and the dire consequences that would accompany this rage, was all too real. Standing some 20 feet apart, Kate knew that the distance was too close for comfort, for both of them. The bull could cross that divide very quickly, despite his size and weight. There would be no outrunning this huge battering ram. And so she stared, willing the behemoth to stay just where he was, shoulders hunched, pawing the ground. Slowly, in small moves, Kate inched backward. The gate leading to Wattage Lane was behind her. Somewhere. If only she had been paying better attention. So intent on correcting a mistake, she had slipped through a narrow opening on the east side of the field, leaving Marie by the road. Distracted by eager anticipation, Kate had not assessed her surroundings properly. There had been no animal in sight when she had glanced around the large enclosure. She had seen, but not signified, the large hoof-prints in the hardened mud. Foolish and foolhardy. She had skipped across the meadow, loudly calling to the cart rolling past the far side of the enclosure. Perhaps if she had moved with deliberation, quietly, with stealth, she might have made it across the wide expanse without incident. It was a moot point. The rightful occupant of the pasture had heard her hellos, and drawn near, likely to investigate first, and then, having found an interloper, to challenge. If Kate did not find her way out of the enclosure fast, she would suffer the consequences of her imprudent distraction. "This is a rather sticky situation," a familiar deep, melodic voice said softly. It wasn't a whisper, but the statement was spoken in a gentle tone, in recognition of her precarious position in the standoff. Keeping her expression passive, Kate fought the urge to turn.
"Ah, Mr. Harlow. You heard me call."
"Indeed, Miss Darby. I believe they heard you all the way back to Tishdale. I'm sure every hen in the neighbourhood just stopped laying." Kate almost laughed. Almost.
"Please, Mr. Harlow, do not be amusing. It would be to my detriment."
"Oh, I do apologise. The hens are likely fine. You, on the other hand, well, definitely sticky."
"I've dealt with worse."
"Really?"
"I have 3 older brothers."
"Yes, indeed. Far more dangerous than a raging bull."
"I've always thought so. This is merely a modest predicament," she said airily, and then swallowed with difficulty when the bull snorted. "How far am I from the gate?"
"Not far. Shift a little to your left. Yes, exactly. And now, straight back 10 feet or so." There was a squeal of metal on metal behind her. Hinges.
"What are you doing?"
Kate asked, though she had a fairly good idea.
"It might be easier to slip out of an open gate than to barrel through." "Excellent idea."
"I thought so."
"You'll close it after me?"
"Should I? I thought the big fellow might want to gad about, looking for cows."
"What he might want to do, and what is best for everyone in the area, might not be the same thing. He should probably stay in the field."
"In that case, I will swing the gate closed behind you."
"Excellent. Are you ready? I will count to 3. Oh no."
Lowering his head, the bull snorted again. It was the final warning, and Kate knew it. The standoff was over. Pivoting, Kate ran. She could hear the pounding hooves advancing on her. A scream built in her throat, and she tensed, readying for the blow.
Suddenly, a shriek split the air and the pounding halted abruptly.